Welcome to Merge, everyone.
Hi, Katie.
Hi. Welcome. Excellent. So how many people enjoy worship? To me, that is faith where you get to actually live it out and have a party. And you're going to be like, why are we talking about parties? Well, if you see, we start our new series today. It's called Start the Party. How many of you enjoyed the warm weather this week? I mean, after that cold rain, I definitely enjoyed some warm weather. I mean, can you sense the season changing? I remember being in high school and having this change of season happen, and it's like 90 degrees in the classroom, and you're like, why am I here? I want summer. It's summer outside. Let's have it right now. But I love this time of season because the days are getting longer, it's warmer outside, there's evening walks, there's barbecues, because to me, it's all about the food, I'm not gonna lie. Relaxing at my parents' pool, even when we didn't have a heater. But the best thing about summer is parties. Now, some of you are gonna be like, hold on, before you said you were an introvert, how can you be an introvert and like parties? Introverts like parties too, they just look different than extroverted parties. But hear me out. When I think of parties, when I think of summer, I think of the lake. Because when I was younger, we used to meet my dad's side of the family at the lake every year to have this big party. And honestly, we didn't do a whole lot of games, but there was good food. There was swimming, there was hiking, we climbed trees, and all that stuff. I loved it. Those were my favorite days of summer. Just relaxing and having a wonderful time. But we stopped going because, you know, life gets busy. And the whole family stopped doing it. So when I graduated high school, I had the best party. And no, it wasn't my graduation party. Sorry, Dad. But my best party was because of my parents. It was like 2 weeks until I left for college. And I said, I want to have a party at the lake with my family. And you know what you did? You guys threw it together. And my family was there, my grandparents were there, and it was the most wonderful time. Just take a look at these pictures. First picture. I love that hat. I don't know why I'm wearing it when it's 80 degrees outside, but that was my favorite hat, and I cried. But that was with one of my most favorite people in the world, who is now in heaven, but that was my grandmother. And then this next picture, Kara's right here in the crowd. This is us hiking. This was, to me, the best party. And then the last one, just because it's not a party without animals, that was when we first got Jack, and he was a little puppy. But to me, having all the people I loved was the best party there, and just relaxing and having fun. And we may not have done much, but that was amazing. But I want to hear from you. What makes a great party? So if we were to throw a party, what would it look like? Uno. What kind of food?
Pizza.
All. Who said all of it? What is your favorite food? Oh, you just like the food. Okay. Deviled eggs. Oh, thanks, Dad. Pasta salad. Paintball. Music. What kind of music? Am I playing country all the time? Taylor Swift. Oh, yeah. T-Swizzle. Who remembers that? None of you know that reference. How many people know the T-Swizzle reference? Kara does. Yeah, that's right. Back when she was part of country. Taylor Swift. Any other music we're listening to, or we just listen to Taylor Swift all the time? I'm not going to complain. What? Metallica. Frank Sinatra for my dad. Barbie?
Yeah, I'm a Barbie girl on repeat.
Oh my goodness. The VeggieTales rap? Okay, so we have music, we have some food. What are you going to do? What kind of games are you going to play? Well, spike ball.
Get a trampoline there.
Trampoline. Volleyball. Corn.
Football.
Oh, I forgot paintball, didn't I? Swimming.
Football. Get a diving board.
A diving board. Man, you make your own diving board, okay?
That's not be safe.
I think I missed a couple of them. Cornhole, that's right.
Football.
Football.
Yeah.
Kickball, there you go.
9 square. Yes.
A nice nap in a hammock, my dad says. I elevated it. I went from nap to nap and hammock, okay?
Well, you raise the bar. Ice cream.
Yes. My family can't have a party without ice cream. What? Wouldn't it melt?
Chocolate milk.
It's never around long enough in our family. We go for dessert first. Fruit punch.
Chocolate milk.
Ice cream what? Yes, that's what I want for my birthday every year. Ice cream cake.
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Yes. Red Solo cups.
Now you're getting specific. I mean, do you use any other cups for parties?
Wine glasses.
Oh my goodness. We're shutting it down now. Okay. So this sounds like a pretty good party, and I'd love to hear your ideas. Because a petting zoo. Oh my goodness. Over the next 10 weeks, we're actually going to talk about what it means to not just throw a party, but start a party. So a party is any effort to celebrate, serve, or enjoy being with others in a way that adds value to life. And a party starter is anyone who prepares the space or who makes space for others to join the party. At the end of the series, yes, we will be throwing a party. So I want to put it on your radar. July 23rd is actually Celebration Sunday upstairs for children's men as well.
That's my birthday.
What?
It's my birthday.
I'm going to have to remind me to put that in my notes on my phone. Send it to me. Okay, happy birthday, early birthday. Yes, so now you have to be a part of the party planning, okay? But it's not just about the party that we have at the end. It's the idea that as followers of Jesus, we're invited to live a life that feels vibrant and joyful and fun and full of hope, kind of like a party. Now, maybe I just lost some of you there because church and Jesus and faith, that seems like the furthest thing from a party to some of you. I think that's because so many people think being a Christian is just about following a set of rules. It's tons of stuff you have to do, and then you think there's even more stuff you can't do. I mean, how many of you feel that there's not a lot about faith that sounds all that fun? And isn't a party supposed to be fun? And then what happens when life gets tough? When you experience real pain and suffering and you start to struggle, or when you feel alone, or maybe you've lost someone. When you can't find a reason to be excited about life. Maybe God feels far away or silent. Nothing about any of that feels like a party. So if, as followers of Jesus, we have the power to be party starters, how do we do that when life and even faith don't always feel like the kind of party we want to be a part of? But then think about it. Do you know of anybody in this church who feels like they carry a party with them all the time? Who are you thinking of? Marshall, yeah. We have party starters right here. Your dad, I was going to call you out if you didn't say his name. But your dad, Seth.
Katie Foster.
Thanks, Seth. But there are so many people out there who actually have fun and enjoy living this vibrant life that God gives us. And we're actually going to look in the book of John, one of the 4 books in the Bible that includes the real accounts from Jesus' life. And we have a glimpse of something Jesus said about the kind of life he wants for us. John 10:10 says this, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. So first off, Jesus says life can be difficult. I mean, he's honest. Life is difficult. It can feel like all the joy and fun and good things in life have been stolen or killed or destroyed. And that's because there is an enemy, the thief, the devil, who doesn't want us to experience that life Jesus came to give us, who doesn't want us to be the party starters Jesus calls us to be. But thankfully, Jesus didn't stop at, oh yeah, life is just difficult. He said this. He said, I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Just stop and think about that, a full life. So he says, I have come that you may have life and have it to the full. Jesus came to give us life, and not just any life, but a full and amazing and incredible life. I mean, can you picture it? Can you visualize a full life? When I was young, that may have looked different. When I was older, I was like, I want to live a full life. It's going to involve hanging out at the lake in a hammock, going for a swim, going for a bike ride, drinking coffee on the porch. That's my idea of a full life. But you know what? It felt empty. Because here's the thing. Our idea of what it means to have a full, amazing life may not always line up with what Jesus was talking about here. So the full life Jesus came to give us isn't the life that's always easy, like that nice lake idea. Instead, it's the life that empowers us to be the kinds of people who can choose peace and hope and joy and freedom because Jesus is in it with us no matter what good or bad shows up in our lives. So for me, as I started following Jesus, really sincerely and really getting to know him and what he wanted for me, my idea of a full life changed. And I realized my idea of a full life is living out the purpose that he called me to have and being the person God really created me to be and sharing Jesus with others without fear or anxiety holding me back. So when we choose to follow Jesus, we're choosing to say yes to believing that his promise of a full life is possible no matter what comes our way. And we need to choose to believe that life with Jesus is an invitation to the best party we can possibly imagine. So think about your super amazing party that you have here. This doesn't even compare to the life that Jesus wants for you. Even though life is difficult, this doesn't even compare to the full, vibrant life that he has for you. And because this is true, we choose to take responsibility for bringing that party to the world around us. Think about it. If you have the best party ever coming, who do you want to be there with you? I want to take my best friend. I want to tell everyone around me, being like, hey, we have an open party. It's going to be amazing. This is what's going to happen. So because of Jesus, you have what it takes to be a party starter. You have the promise of a full life, and with it, you have the chance to let that full, amazing, good life spread to those around you. I mean, when I think of best friends, Jesus is one of my best friends. So when you have your best friends around you, it doesn't matter what situation you find yourself in, you can always find fun. So if Jesus is my best friend, then I could start a party anywhere. This full life can be here, no matter where we're at. So what now? What do we do? Well, to get a party started, we first need an invitation. So how many remember being a kid and getting an invitation to one of the cool parties? I mean, think about it in your head, one of the cool places. So my oldest, Amelia, just got an invitation, and she is super excited to go. The party is at Skate Estate, and she is beyond thrilled. But guess what? She has no idea what Skate Estate is. She is just excited that she is invited. And think about it. What is a party starter? A party starter is someone who brings life everywhere you go. And as I said before, it's anyone who prepares a space for a party or makes space for others to join the party. And we're going to be talking about this more over the next 9 weeks. But the actions of the party starters in your circles are one of the ways we can actually see God at work every day. So when how you invite people to this full life, this party that God invites us to, is by the way you live your life. So a great party with great people shows us just how good life can be. When you live out your life, it doesn't have to necessarily be the way God, as a Christian, when you live out your life, it may not necessarily be something that you going around and be like, let me talk to you about Jesus. Let me talk to you about Jesus. It doesn't always look like that. Sometimes what it is you living life day to day, and somebody stops you and looks at you and goes, what is different about your life? And you tell them that you have Jesus in your heart, that he invited you to this full life. They see something different in you, and that's what makes them want to be a part of the party. So we're going to continue to learn about this and talk about what it means to live that full life Jesus offers us. But as we close this week, I want to have you ask yourself a couple of things. First, where do you need to change your mind about God? Maybe when it comes to faith, you actually view God as the one who comes to steal, kill, and destroy all the fun in life. Maybe you think that God is absent, boring, or even uncaring. Remember, Jesus came to give us a life, a full life, a life that is better than any party that we can plan or imagine. I mean, first service said fireworks. So even better than anything. And the next question is, how can I take a step towards starting the party? So what step do you want to take to celebrate, serve, or enjoy being with others in a way that adds value to life? Now, God made you all differently. So this is going to look different for each one of you. So maybe the first step is just responding to the invitation to join the party and follow Jesus. Maybe it's about praying to ask God to change your mind, to reveal his heart to you. Maybe it's about asking to change your perspective and attitude about the circumstances you find yourself in. Maybe it's about serving. I mean, we have VBS coming up in July. That's an awesome time to celebrate and share the value of life to the younger generation, to the kids that are younger than us. That's how I first got started in serving. But maybe kids aren't your thing. I totally understand. So what else is there at church? Well, there's worship. There's a welcome team. There's a tech team. They're the silent heroes in the back, not gonna lie. So there are all sorts of things. And if that is something you want to do, if you want to start serving and you don't know where to start, it starts with a conversation, getting to know where God gifted you first. Because he has a purpose for you to fill. And when you fulfill that and find it and live it out, that's how you get to live that full life. Now, there's other things that you can do, not just in the church. We don't want to just keep the party here and merge. We don't just want to make a great space just here. We want to spread it to our communities. We want to change our schools. We want to change your families at home. But I'm not going to give you all the tips and tricks. What I will challenge you in small group to do is to actually pick your next step. Talk with your small group leader. Talk with your friends. Talk with your parents. What is my next step that God is leading me to? And as I said, God made you all different. So whatever this may look like for you, I hope you'll take the step this week toward a full life that Jesus offers. Because you have what it takes to be a party starter. It means that because of Jesus, you have the ability to not just live the best life ever, but to invite others to do the same. And I'm going to finish this with one additional challenge. We have challenge cards for you. So some of the challenges are really easy. Some of them are more difficult. But you're going to have the entire time while we have this series to do the challenge. And if you want another one, come and see me, and I'll get you another one after you finished your first one. But these challenges are designed to help you grow and to be more of a party starter in your families, schools, communities, your friend group. And when you complete the challenge, I want you to fill out your name and give it to me, because then you'll be put in for a drawing for our party at the end of the series. But as I said, some of these challenges are difficult. This is the best part. God didn't design us to walk alone. I mean, a party involves multiple people. So if you need help with something, if seeing the challenge, even if it's seen as somewhat easy as other people, gives you anxiety, you don't have to do it alone. Invite a friend, invite your parent, invite your small group leader to come and help you think of ideas, or think of another mentor that can help you out. Get involved, do it together. That is what it means to be a party starter, is to get not just one person involved, but a ton of people involved. So I pray that you take this opportunity in this challenge to grow over the next several weeks. Before we go to small group, I'm going to pray for you all. Dear God, I pray that for all the students and leaders here, that they say yes to the invitation, that they say yes to the opportunity to grow, to maybe feel a little uncomfortable inside, that they can get to know you more and others more, but that they understand what it means to live this full life. God, we know life is difficult, but I want this full and amazing life for not just myself. I pray that this full and amazing life, that these students take you up on this opportunity to invite you into their heart, to challenge them. I pray that you give them the courage to take the next steps, and I pray that you give them the peace as they go through their life and bring the party to those around them, not just in Merge, but in their families and in communities. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. If you really liked it, hit subscribe below. And if you want to check out some other videos that we have on our channel, click right over here. And if this video up here is one that's specifically picked out for you. Thank you again for watching.